I take pride and express gratitude.
Hi everyone, welcome on board to Helper.tv. Following Peter Obi's press conference, where he spoke at length about Bola Ahmed Tinubu's economic plans and the budget, and also slamming the Supreme Court ruling confirming Tinubu election win. Bola Ahmed Tinubu responded to Peter Obi and he wasn't gentle about it. He went directly for the jugular. Tinubu replied Peter Obi and he asked first for congratulations, and he said that Peter Obi ran the most divisive politics and that Peter Obi wanted to bring in tribal sentiment and also spin religious sentiment, and that Peter Obi is a religious and tribal bigot. That Peter Obi does not believe in Nigeria. He simply wanted to take advantage of people's misunderstanding of religion and also the tribal issues that have pervaded Nigeria for a very long time. He said he, as president of Nigeria, is married to a woman who is a Christian, a staunch member of RCCG, and that he is not that kind of Muslim that extremism can be put on him or tagged in anything that he has done ever in life. So, pitting people against themselves in a multi religious and cultural society is evil. Now, I'm sure most of you will remember the Yes Daddy audio that got leaked. Although Peter Obi said the audio was doctored, he never said that was not his voice. A lot of people said it was AI, artificial intelligence, that created the or mapped the voice of Peter Obi, but he never denied it. But we heard Yes Daddy and also a popular cleric in Nigeria, Bishop David Oyedepo, saying, I know I told you. And we all know the stand of Bishop David Oyedepo and many other religious clerics in Nigeria, both Christians and Muslims. Although in majority of Peter Obi's campaign, we could hear him say, do not vote for me because I'm a Christian or I am Igbo. Look at the works of my hands. Look at my antecedents. Vote for me through this. But the audio that got leaked, we don't know where this is coming from. In the same vein, we saw Bola Ahmed Tinubu's handlers or those who worked for him coming up with these fake bishops that we do not know which denomination they belong to. They just got some group of people who claim that they are bishops. I don't know if someone did that on the ground. Someone could be given that contract like, okay, you know what, sir, there are certain people that we can bring to show that Christians are in support of you. And he will say, all right, that's a good idea. And someone reached out to certain people who dress themselves and appeared as Christians or as bishops. They definitely will be getting some amount of money. One of them cried out saying that the money that they got promised was not paid. These are the intrigues when it comes to politics and election. And I'm also sure that you must have observed a characteristics or a behavior pattern in many of our so-called politicians. They jump from one party to the other. They call it cross-carpeting, the campaign. The reason why this is so is because majority of these parties are simply a vehicle to transport them to their destination. These parties are a means to an end. Majority, in fact, all of the parties in Nigeria do not have any clear-cut ideology. Let us look at Labour Party, for example. One would have thought that all that Peter Obi would have come up with will be, labor-oriented. But when we looked at what he said, there are certain things that didn't go well with a lot of people. And that shows to everyone that parties are simply a vehicle. It has nothing to do with ideology. No, not at all. APC, for example, People's Democratic Party, there's nothing people about PDP. Action Congress that later metamorphosed into whatever AD and what we have today, APC. There is nothing action about them than the act of stealing, looting, and this is all that they do. Now, in the midst of this, we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu's shadow knocking. Every minute he tries to step up. I'm talking about the narcotic dealings he had and the proceeds of it that he had to forfeit in the US, and also his educational background that is so shady. Bola Ahmed Tinubu bragged several times about excellence in school, but he cannot present to the world his educational certificate. I do not understand how Bola Ahmed Tinubu was even able to work in Mobile. Was he able to do this using a forged certificate? Well, these things do happen anyway. But Nigerians got upset when the university in America, the Chicago State University, were dilly-dallying. They were not ready to present the certificate and affirm it until Atiku had to move. And when he did, well, the university said, yeah, Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended, but as regards the certificate that he presented, they said, sorry, this certificate is not from us. This is how terrible it is. We have a president with fraudulent background, and it is not clear to the world what university he went, what schools he went, did he graduate, what happened. Or Bola Ahmed Tinubu simply got into that university using falsified documents, or did he use someone else's document to get into the university? Now, it is a known fact that majority of nations borrow money, but imagine Nigeria borrows a lot of money to fund projects that will not yield any capital. They borrow money to pay senators. Imagine, where are we heading to? Where are we going to from here? And in the same vein, the president is ready to welcome in a private cruise line, a yacht, very large, although the yacht is said to have been programmed, arranged by the previous administration, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu is simply cementing all that needs to be done. When Nigerians cried out and a lot were said, they simply said, okay, we are putting this to a pause. We are putting this money, these funds into student loan. Does it make sense? Was that yacht that was supposed to be for the president and his family, was it supposed to be a loan? What exactly is this? Where are we heading to? The president decided to clean up Aso Villa, the automobiles and all of that for himself, for his wife. And senators, on the other hand, are also doing the same. They want fresh cars, SUVs, bulletproofs. They want everything top spec. And they are sharing land here and there for themselves, for judges and all of that. This is the reason why a lot of people want to get into politics, because of the incentive, because of the loot, because of what they stand to get. If politics, being a president, for example, if it were based on minimum wage, I don't think a lot of people will want to run in for that. We need to come to a point where politicians will be paid minimum wage, agreed by everybody, and more of the total expenditure of that country will be for the people and not for politicians. But unfortunately, we have like 75% going into the pockets of few people, and they are politicians or friends of politicians. They call themselves business people. You know some of them, but you are not aware, or maybe you care less. You are waiting for your own loot. You know some of them. Some of their children are musicians. You know many of them. You applaud them. You embrace them without understanding how they have been able to move around life to get what they got. Like I said, maybe you are also waiting for your own opportunity to come in as a business person or as a politician to steal, to kill, and to destroy.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.